So I just want to take a minute to put out a PSA that some people really need to hear. Ahem. Being stubborn isn't an admirable trait, and quite often, it's an extremely selfish one. I run across this time and again in the generations older than me. They don't have the emotional maturity to process the consequences of their actions. All they want to do is what they want to do, whatever they consider to be their God given right, and everyone else be damned. And I know I come off as a bleeding heart socialist sometimes, but I'm also a brutal pragmatist when it comes to certain issues, and some things are just plain wrong. In this case, and what spurred this rant, are those who feel entitled to do things that put others at risk, primarily seen in the demographic of older men. My father had a stroke recently. He did not and will not go to the hospital. He won't even acknowledge that it was a stroke, just chalking it up to a pinch in his side, even though he's been so spontaneously weak that he collapsed, couldn't get up for hours, and has lost sensation in his left side, his entire arm, for days after. It's his right to refuse care. I don't respect it, but I respect that there's nothing to do about it. None of this is the actual issue here. What the issue is that he's been driving around still anyway. Who cares if he recently fainted, or that he's extremely weak to the point of not functioning well and just doing daily chores anymore, or that he doesn't have feeling in his fucking half of his body? Fuck if you'll get him to admit that he has to stop driving. And that's what I'm saying. It's not just stubbornness, it's irresponsibility. I don't know how people can deny the need to adjust their behaviors, not just for their own sake, but for the very obvious risks that it poses to others. Like, how can he be so selfish? Even if it's denial based on fear of admitting how hurt and old he really is, it's still not acceptable. And I see it so often, and so many other older people too. The unwillingness to admit they might be a hazard to others, on the road and otherwise, but driving is just such a big one. Because there's no system in place where I live to check up on people at a certain age to gauge their capacity. It's basically accepted where I live that people can and will continue driving long after they shouldn't because they feel entitled to, and the only thing that'll stop them is an inevitable accident and to literally have their license taken away from that. It's all tied to the idea that I've always done this, I shouldn't have to stop now, and it's just such bullshit. That's the exact line of dialogue my dad gave when I confronted him about it, telling him that I disapprove and it's unsafe for everyone around him that he's continuing to drive after an untreated stroke. And he diverted my genuine concerns by saying, I've backed up more than most people have driven forward. Which is an odd, lame way to put that. He's essentially saying he's got so much experience driving, but that doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't matter that you used to be good at something, that you used to be capable, if you're not anymore. I can understand people not wanting to see themselves differently. It can be hard to accept new limitations, and even if he didn't just have a stroke, it's an inevitable side effect of aging. People can't do what they used to do anymore, and when they continue to try, in some cases like driving, it's an absolute selfish act to deny the need to adjust and to be stubborn. It pisses me off so much. Like, please go off in the comments below with your own infuriating examples of people's stubbornness causing harm, because I just can't deal with the ugh.